So let's look at this multiple choice. As soon as I see this, I know one of the zeros is -1, one of them is 4, and one of them is -3. These are my zeros. Okay. And it says k is a factor. What that really means is that that k is put right in front. And a k is an integer, it's a number, so it could be 3, -3, 5, -6, 4.2. What that means is this, is that if I had it 5, x plus 1, x minus 4, x plus 3, that would be the value of my k. Now, if I'm trying to find the roots, or if I'm trying to find the zeros, that 5 doesn't help me at all. It could be a 5, a 6, a -6, a -6/7. If I'm trying to find the value of x, this doesn't help me. So that's something I know. So what we're trying to do is figure out what makes it true. So this is saying that it has k as one of its zeros. But we just established it doesn't have an x, so that's not true. The function has exactly 3k zeros. Well, the number doesn't affect how many zeros I have. I can't have 6/7 of a zero. So whether it's 3k, 2k, that's not true. The function has 1, 4, and -3 as its zeros. No, we established that. The function has -k, 4k, and -3k as its zeros. Well, that would mean that it had -1 times 6/7 as its zeros. The k doesn't affect the zeros, okay? Which means -1, 4, -3, it does have one of its zeros. So let me move that up. And it obviously isn't none of the above because E matches. All right. So Mary claims that x plus 2 is a factor. If x plus 2 is a factor, that means the 0 is -2, 0. So they want to know which one matches. Well, this is considered x, and this is considered y, where that's x and that's y. So all of these are the x, and all of these are the y. Which one matches? D, because that's the same thing as -2, 0. Right? Let's do this one. This one is a little bit of a workout. So if it says x minus 2, I know that I'm going to do synthetic division because it says divide, and long division is a pain in the tush. I take the lead, 1, 6, -h, and 14. Draw my line. If I'm going to start, I'm thinking it's asking me to find the value of h, so that means I need to figure out that value. It also tells me that the remainder is 32. So ... I know that's the fact. So let's start. First thing I do, bring down the 1. 2 times 1 is 2. Add vertically. Multiply diagonally. 2 times 8 is 16. Okay, if I start adding this, that's going to look ugly. So what I need to do now is work backwards. So I went forward as much as I could until it got messy. Now since they gave the remainder, I can figure out what this value is. So 14 plus what is 32? That's 18. Now what I do know is that when I go this times this, it gives me this. So 2 times what is 18? 2 times 9. The way to make that a 9 is if the h was a 7. Because -7 plus 16 is 9. -7 plus 16 equals 9. So the value isn't -7 because I have that negative already there. So h equals 7 is the answer. Okay. Let's go to the next one. All right, we're going to be adding. So I'll do shapes this time. Each one I'll do a little bit differently. So this one I'll do shapes, 4x cubed, nothing else like it. Now I'll do a square, -x squared, nothing else like it. I'll do a triangle, plus 8x minus 4x is plus 4x, and a little cloud, -3 plus 9 is positive 6. Now if this was my answer key, I would set the question equal to the answer, press enter, and hopefully I'm right. But for time, we're just going to hope for the best. Letter B. Anytime I have a minus, I change the signs of everything to the right. And now to keep it interesting, I'll do highlighting this time. So -6y squared minus 1y squared is -7y squared. 2 plus 2 is 4. And -10 minus 10, sorry about that, is oops, I'm doing it in yellow, -20. And as a side note, if I was naming this, this is a trinomial because there's 3. The leading coefficient is -1. The degree is 2, and it's called a quadratic. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4, a polynomial, degree 3, leading coefficient 4, cubic. Okay. Simplify by multiplying. You know I'm a box person. So the dimensions of this is a 1 by 3, -1y to the 6th. I notice this isn't written in standard form, so I'm going to be careful and I'm going to change the order so I don't have to do it at the end and forget. Okay, so now I'm going to multiply. 2 times -1 is -2, 6 plus 4 is 10. Now I'm going to do the next one. -1 times -3 is +3. Y, I have 6 and 2, that make 8. Cover those two. -1 and -3 gives me +3. 6 y's and 1 y gives me 7 y's. I'm going to rewrite it, and it's nice because I already put it in standard form, so I don't have to worry about that now. This is a trinomial, degree 10, leading coefficient -2 in standard form. Let's go to the next one. The dimension of this is a 3 by 3. So I'm going to do my 3 by 3. I can put the 7x squared this way, or I can put it this way. I just work down first. I'm going to pause it while I fill in the boxes. So I filled in the boxes. Notice there's a pattern, 4, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 0. I also see that these two are similar, but we'll get there. So -7x to the 4th. -3 and -7 is -10x cubed. Then I can add all of these. 77 minus 3 is 74, plus 1 is 75. 33 plus 1 is 34x. And then minus 11. Now, that was definitely a workout with tendencies to make mistakes. So I'd probably take the problem, set it equal to the answer, hopefully it says true and I'm good to go. This is a polynomial, degree 4, called a quartic, and the leading coefficient is -7. Let's turn the page. Okay, so describe the polynomial by degree. The degree is 9. The leading coefficient, oops, you can't see that, I apologize. The leading coefficient is 8. If I ask for all the coefficients, that's 8 and 2. If I ask for the terms, there are 2 groups, and that's called a binomial. I gotta make this a little bit bigger. Okay, so I'm gonna make that bigger so you can see the answer. All right, simplify the polynomial using Pascal's triangle. So I know that in Pascal it's 1, 3, 3, 1. If I didn't know that, I would go 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 3, 3, 1. And since I know for the next one I have to go to the 4th power, so I'll do that one right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pause it real quick, and I am going to fill out the boxes for this and the boxes for this, and then come back. I need to point something out first. I wanted to show you first that I put the first term on the outside. That's in parentheses because there's a group. And I put this one on the outside first. Now I'll fill in the boxes. So let me focus on this problem first. The nice thing was I didn't have to simplify. So x cubed, x squared, x to the first, boom, x to the 0. 3 to the 0 is 1. 3 to the first is 3. 3 squared is 9. 3 cubed is 27. Notice when I'm done with it, I cross it off. Make it a little bit bigger. And now I'm going to work vertically. So I know there's 4 terms. 1 times x cubed is x cubed. Pausing. 3 times x squared is 9x squared. 9 times 3 is 27, x to the first. I'm not going to put the first. And then 1 times 27 is 27. 3, 2, 1, nothing. Now, I want to point out that I'll probably set the problem equal to the answer, press enter, and hope for the best. Okay? Let's go to the next one. So if you notice when I filled it out, because there were 2, terms, or 2 numbers, or a number and a letter, I can't even speak. With there, I put a parenthesis. Now, if you'll notice, I made a mistake, because I didn't really leave much room for me to get work done. So if you feel like you need more room for the quiz, feel free to get scratch paper. So let me cross off the zeros, because I like that. This is 3x to the 4th power, which is, I better put that there, 81x to the 4th. Got kind of messy, scary. 3 cubed is 27, x cubed, cross it off. 3 squared is 9, x squared, and then 3x, cross off, cross off. Negative 2 to the first power is negative 2y to the first. Negative 2 squared is 4y squared. Negative 2 cubed is negative 8 cubed. Cross off, cross off, cross off. Negative 2 y to the fourth is 16y to the fourth. Okay, I am definitely messy. I better stay focused. Just to remind you, since it's to the fourth power, you should have 5 terms. Always one more. This was to the third power, you should have 4 terms. That's a good start. Okay, 1 times 81x to the fourth is 81x to the fourth. Let's go to the second term. This is where it's going to be the workout. Let's focus on the numbers first. 4 times 27 is 108, times negative 2 is negative 216. Now I have 3 x's and 1 y. Let's go to the next one. Always put the x before the y. Let's focus on the numbers. 6 times 9 is 54, times 4, 108, 216. I have 2 x's and 2 y's. Now I'm going to do the fourth one. I should have left more space, so I'm going to have to go under. Sorry about that. Then 4 times 3 is 12, minus 8 is 108, right? Wait, 4 times 3 is 12, 12 times 96. I have 1x and 3 y's. And the last term, I like the last one, because 1 times 16 is 16y to the fourth. Now this was a mess, but I want to show you the x's. 4, 3, 2, 1, no x's. No y, 1y, 2y, 3y, 4y. But I'll probably take the problem and set it equal to the answer just to make sure. Okay, let's do the next one, long division. So I'm going to go x minus 3. Now I have to make sure that I put a place value. So it's x to the fourth, but there is no x cubed. There is an x squared. There is no x, and there is an 81. Okay? So now remember, this one right here is always what you divide. So x goes into x to the fourth, x cubed, and then you multiply, multiply. X times x cubed is x to the fourth minus 3x cubed. Subtract. Change the signs of everything to the right. That has to be gone. 3x cubed, bring down negative 18x squared. Now, start again. You're going to divide this into 3x cubed, which is 3x squared. Now, multiply, multiply. 3x cubed minus 9x squared. Subtract. Change the signs of everything to the right. Negative 9x squared, bring down plus 0x. Start again. X divided by negative 9x squared, negative 9x. Multiply, multiply. Negative 9x plus x squared plus 27x. Subtract. Change the signs of everything to the right. Negative 27x plus 81. Start again. Divide. Minus 27. Now, multiply, multiply. Negative 27x plus 81. Subtract. Oops, subtract. Change the signs of everything to the right, and there is no remainder. So my answer is x cubed plus 3x squared minus 9x minus 27. Now it seems fun to check that, but not. So I'm just going to fake it and do synthetic division to check it, and hopefully I have the right answer. So synthetic, do the opposite, backwards L. Then account, negative 3, 7, negative 2, 31. Oh, they're different problems. I just noticed that. By the way, if you did do synthetic, you would have to put a 0 for the x cubed. All right, bring this down. When you diagonally, you multiply, vertical, add. Diagonally multiply, vertical, add. Diagonally multiply, vertical, add. Since I divided by x cubed, and I took out an x, I'm left with x squared. And then I'm left with an x, and then I'm left with a number, plus the remainder over the divisor. Okay, you can still check that one in the calculator. A little bit of a pain, but doable. All right, factoring. So I notice this is the difference of cubes. So my or I'll just say this is x, and this is really 6. If you remember how to do this, you got a little parenthesis and a big parenthesis. Bring that down exactly how it is. square the first guy, square the last guy,